My name is Kenneth. I am 25 years old. I like music and video games, mostly. Like the research on the computer most of the time.
I'm Kenneth York's mother. We're from Vallejo, California. We're here to get kidney stem cells treatments since we're not able to get them in Northern California. We're here. We've noticed a drastic improvement from when he first came here.
Kenny was diagnosed with Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy when he was 5 years old. He was able to walk, and we noticed there was a difference in the way he was doing things, so we had him take him to the doctor, and they diagnosed him. Weren't too familiar with it at the time, but we continued to work with it and study it. And he had, up until about the 7th grade, he was more normal, but we saw that he slowed down. But he's been in a wheelchair since he was about 12, 13 years old. You know, we've had neurologists, we've had chiropractors, we've had physical therapy, we had everything for him, and everybody was critical that it was muscular dystrophy and it could not be cured. As time went by, he progressed in the wheelchair, and when he graduated from high school with honors and stuff like that, so his mind is normal, but it's just his physical ability. And then he got to a point to where he was not able to do anything, and he was degressing. Even though we had insurance with the doctors, they couldn't do anything. So I started doing research on Giostar before Giostar got to Mexico. And it was over in India, and I found out about it. I talked to him, and over a period of a couple of years, I found out he was here. And so I talked to Scott Kirkpatrick, and he told us that he believed that Giostar could help. And at that time, Kenny was at a point to where he was on a cough assist machine. He had congestive heart failure. He had was on a nebulizer to breathe. He had to sleep in his chair because he couldn't lay down because of the mucus. After our first time here, when we came back in November, then the next day, his blood pressure was low. The next day, it went up to normal. And then when we went home, we found out that he didn't need the nebulizer anymore. He didn't need the cough assistance machine anymore. And we noticed that he was able to eat a little bit more. He wasn't able to go to bed at night because of the mucus. We would notice that he could get into bed at 10:30 and he would get up and be normal. He started to eat more. And we took him back to our regular physician because he had always had a problem with constipation. So when we got back from here, about 2 weeks, we took him back to the hospital. They gave him a chest x-ray, they gave him a blood test, and the congestive heart failure was gone. His blood pressure was normal, and the mucus was gone. So they said that he was normal. They didn't know that we had brought him here. But before that, when we took him there, it was just keep him happy, and you know, the inevitable would happen. But when we went back, then everything changed, but they didn't know about Giostar.
It's gotten to the point that he wasn't able to have sugar intake at all. It would cause mucus. Even sodium, when you have congestive heart failure, you have an intake of sodium like at 1,500, sometimes lesser than that. So everything has changed, but has really changed.
I was very confident when I talked to Scott Kirkpatrick. He helped me through the process to see that it would benefit Kenny if we tried it. Okay, and he was confident about Dr. Dan and his people here that they would be able to assist us and that it would be beneficial for him to come here.
I love it. Everybody treats us everybody's so kind and loving here, okay? So I couldn't ask for a place better than this. Everybody has been helpful, okay?
Well, for me, there was no fear at all.
Yeah.
I just felt like, we have to get from point A to point B to get better, so whatever it takes.
And there's always been somebody with us. If we went somewhere, Dr. Dan would take us here, or if we would somewhere else, Sergio would be with us, but someone would always be with us to assist us every step along the way to where because when you come here, everybody's fearful because of what you hear on the news, and it's not like that.
This is an awesome place. The doctors, everybody. We notice this in Mexico. Everybody works together. You know, everybody's a team player and everybody works together. You know, and that's what sometimes you might not find in the United States.
I guess I could say so for myself that, you know, it's even better than the U.S. I would say do the research and look into it. I believe that it can actually help someone with muscular dystrophy.
Do not give up. Do not give up. There's hope. There's internet. Okay? Do your research. Call around. Network. Okay? You want your child, your son, your daughter, whomever. You know what? You're going to take that extra step, you know, to find good care and health for them. And we found it here in Giostar. We couldn't ask for anything better.
Doctors and the facilities, I think they're excellent. And our likelihood of returning are like 200% because of the number one thing. Nobody wants to see their child have a quality of life that they don't think they deserve. So you always take a chance in everything that you do. But for us, it's not a chance anymore. We know the actual outcome. We've seen him improve. We've seen improvements in less than a month. We've seen him move his hands. We've seen him eat more. So it's not a risk for us. And I don't think it would be a risk for a lot of people. It's just if you want your child to have a better quality of life, then you would look into having them come to Giostar.